Good morning, everyone. Is this clear enough? Thank you very much. Yeah, this puppy's being not kind to us today for the last bit. Well, it's Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all those who are mothers, who act in a motherly way. We're glad that you're here. And so we will begin service with Jusege. You'll find that on page 23 of your purple service book.
Can I ask that everyone please put your hands together and God show bow your head in contemplation. As we say together, Namo Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Nuts, Namo Nuts, Namo Nuts. Kangon Can I ask that everyone please once more put your hands together and God's show about your head in contemplation. As we say together, Namo Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Not, Namo Not, Namo Not.
Will everyone please rise if you are able? We will read the three treasures. You will find that on page 3 of your purple book, and remain standing for the Gatha that follows. Thank you. This one's fun. Three treasures. Fortunate is it to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Rare is it to encounter the teachings of the Buddha. Now we hear it. We do not seek the truth of the Dharma in this life. In what life shall we find it? Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of the way to enlightenment and awaken within us our highest aspiration. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depth of the Dharma and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May we all together become units in true accord in a life of harmony and a spirit of universal brotherhood, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through ages of myriad of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful teaching. Now we're able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of the Tathagata's teaching. Namo Buddhaya, Namo Buddhaya, Namanda, Namanda, Namanda. Please turn to page 1, accompaniment from our boom box. Thank you. You may be seated. I hope some of you stay up late and watch the aurora. Those are some wonderful lights to see. Anyway, so now we will have a Dharma message from Reverend Cindy.
Can I ask that everyone please put your hands together and God's show about your contemplation? Sorry. As I read these words from Tao Cho. I have collected true words to aid others in their practice for attaining birth, in order that the process be made continuous, without end and without interruption, by by which those who have been born first guide those who come later, and those who are born later join those who were born before. This is so that the boundless ocean of birth and death be exhausted. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Namo. Hello, everyone, and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. I know for us, we have guests in town, so today we had a hard time trying to find reservations today. So hopefully that is all of you, bringing your loved one out and giving them a nice dinner or lunch today to let them know your feeling of gratitude to them. So today, though it is not a special day, I thought it would be nice for me to talk a little bit about not only Mother's Day, but also a little bit of what Reverend Dr. Takashi Miyaji talked about yesterday. So if you were at the spring seminar at Tacoma Buddhist Temple yesterday, they had Reverend Dr. Takashi Miyaji from the Southern Alameda Buddhist Temple, as well as a professor at the Institute of Buddhist Studies. And for the seminar, he used the same quote that I used today. And this passage is actually taken from the passages on the land of happiness, or in Japanese, what we call the Annakshu. And the Annakshu is written by Master Dao Cho, who is the second of the Chinese masters on that scroll over there. And in this passage, Dao Cho talks about by which those who have been born first guide those who come later, and those who are born later join those who were born before. This is a very important part about Jodo Shinshu. Right? This not only talks about how a generation before you teaches you, but also how you teach the generation following. And yes, this quote is mainly in a Jodo Shinshu sense. In our school of Buddhism, Jodo Shinshu, this passage is meant to teach a person about the Zenjishiki. So this is the passage on Zenjishiki. And Zenjishiki are, in a way, translated to good teacher. And it basically says, in a Jodo Shinshu sense, how the Dharma is passed from one person to the next, and from that next person to the next person, and how that continues on and on. And so I was thinking about this yesterday, partially also, honestly, because I didn't know what I was going to talk about today. But I was listening to Reverend Dr. Takashi Miyaji because I have a very interesting relationship. Not that like we're related. We're not related. But I studied underneath his father. His father was the minister at my temple when I was a minister's assistant. And so I got to interact with one of the people that taught him. And so we have this interesting relationship because, well, he's had more time with his father, honestly. But at the same time, we both understand the Dharma in such a level because of what his father taught us. His father's still alive, by the way. But at the same time, yesterday during Reverend Miyaji's seminar, he was talking about his grandfather, who was a kangaku, which was one of the highest academic achievements that you could get in a school of Buddhism. And I understood that. I then understood or remembered again that the person who taught Reverend Nobuo Miyaji, Reverend Takashi Miyaji's father, was his father for that. And I never met Kangaku Miyaji. But I could still feel the appreciation and the gratitude for the Dharma through what Reverend Nobuo Miyaji taught me. And I could feel that as well when I was listening to Reverend Dr. Takashi Miyaji yesterday. And so I thought about this as how our parents or our guardian figures or our parental figures teach us ourselves. But then before them, who taught them before? Their parents, their parental figures, their guardians taught what they knew to them. And again, this goes way further than 2 generations before us. This goes further and further. And so this, I believe, was one thing that Reverend Dr. Takashi Miyaji was talking about yesterday. Right? He was talking about how, in pounding, there's so many people in our lives that we didn't know that have impacted our current lives. How those that even we didn't know before are in a way teaching us now because they have taught that person that we met who is teaching us, who has taught us what we know presently. And thus, I think this is a good thing to talk about for not only Mother's Day, but also for Father's Day, right? By the way, I'm not going to be here for Father's Day, so happy Father's Day, fathers. But at the same time, the Zenjishiki, the good teacher, had to have that good teacher before them. They had good teachers before them to be able to not only give that knowledge to you now, but also realize that if they didn't give that one gratitude for the Dharma, that one knowledge of how to prune your trees, how to mow your grass, if they didn't give you that one thing, you wouldn't know what you knew today. And that's because they were that good teacher. And they continue to be that good teacher, even if they have passed. And that is the Zenjishiki. And so this is always an important passage for us to remember, that we are not here because things miraculously happen. We don't know what we know because we miraculously do. This is a reminder that there are so many people before us who passed down this knowledge, this wisdom to us to be able to have it at the moment. And then the continuing of this is that we take this and we give it to other people. It doesn't have to be the next generation exactly, but it could be to other people. It could be to your friends, it could be to your neighbors. That is Zenjishiki. That is Zenjishiki. And so I just wanted to comment a little bit more about this personally. Again, I really did enjoy Reverend Dr. Takashi Miyagi's talk yesterday. And it did remind me of how many people have helped me on this journey of being a minister. Right? I didn't miraculously come out of nowhere and say, hey, I want to become a minister. No, there are so many events that happened. There's so many people who helped me, who supported me on this journey. And I call them my Zenjishiki. So this is something for all of us to think about today on Mother's Day, and something for us to think about further on as we continue our journey through life. So in closing, can I ask us to please put our hands together in Gasho and bow your head in contemplation as we think about the Zenjishiki, the good teachers who were and currently are in our life. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 Namo.
Thank you, Sensei, for that Dharma talk on this special Mother's Day. Excuse me. We now have the Gatha, Odok-san, which you'll find on page 153 of your service. Please rise if you are able. Jump up and down a bit here. Please turn to page 8 and read along with me the Daily Creed of Jodo Shinshu. Realizing enlightenment is assured and reciting the Nembutsu, I shall live my life cheerfully and positively, understanding the oneness of life and cultivating self-reflection. I shall diligently attend my life's tasks in gratitude, recognizing the Dharma path I shall help spread the teachings of the Buddha. Appreciating the Buddha Dharma, I shall respect and help others, working for the good of society. Namanda, 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 Namanda. Thank you. You may be seated. Do we have any first-time guests or people who'd like to be recognized? Welcome. Would you like to let us know your name? Thank you, Dave, for coming. So now we have announcements. I'll go first. We had our plant sale a couple of weeks ago, but there are still little orphans around. There's some at the front door. There's some at the back door. So please feel free. I think there's strawberries out by the front door, and I'm not sure what's in the back, at the back door, but take a look if you have the inclination to plant something in your yard, or you need a quick Mother's Day present. I guess you could do that. It's probably better than a bag of chips from the 7-Eleven. Be that it's, I think somebody's done that before, haven't they? This wonderful lighter, dear. It's great. A couple more announcements. The FBWA, which is the National Buddhist Women's Association, has their conference. It'll be in San Jose in October. There'll be news about that in our newsletter coming out. So if any of you, everyone's welcome. You don't have to be a member of the FBWA or even a woman. You can still go. So that's in San Jose. And one more thing, BWA is sponsoring a tour of the Green River College on Monday, May 20th. We'll meet here at the temple at 10:30 for carpool, or you can go directly up to the college at 11. There's a sign-up sheet in the back, but you're just welcome to show up.
Yeah, my name's Randy Okimoto. I'm president of the ABA. We have our meeting tomorrow after the state barbecue. It's still not too late to sign up, but it's getting kind of full. We also have the Memorial Day flower sale. The applications are on the desk. The delivery of the flowers will be Saturday before Memorial Day at the temple, or Monday morning at the Hillcrest Cemetery. So you need to get, if you want flowers, you should get your orders in. And last, our White River Picnic is on June 9th. So there'll be a sign-up sheet in the back.
Good morning. Next Saturday is the next meeting of our Timeless Classics cooking class right over here in our kitchen at 11 o'clock. We're going to be doing oyaki donburi and braised lotus root, so tasty. And it's always fun. It's always really good Sangha activity. So there's a sign-up sheet in the back hallway. We're suggesting a donation of $6 for the ingredients. If you don't have it, come anyway. If you do have it, thank you. Please come and spend a wonderful morning with us, and then we get to sit down and eat together. Thank you very much.
So this come to the end of our service today. Someone has kindly brought in donuts and fruit in the back, and so please, after service, you're welcome to help yourself back there. And if you wish, you can come up and do oshoko or make a blessing at the incense burner there. So please remember, if you remember our closing words, if not, I'll just read them for you all. My life is not only my life, but the life of others' sacrifices, kindness, thoughtfulness, and patience. I am grateful. Namanda, 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 namanda. Thank you all very much. Celebrate this day in a way that you find fitting. And I'm glad that you've come, and we'll see you next time.